Power. The desire to obtain power is innate in all human beings. History is proof of this. Take the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, for example. The United States was so desperate to beat the Germans in the race to the new technology that ironically they hired German scientists to complete the project. After the first detonation, however, renowned scientist Oppenheimer announces, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Similar to the way influential characters in Shakespeare's tragedy Macbeth are troubled by misfortune as a result of their control, Oppenheimer admits he is more burdened by the foreign blood on his hands than comforted by the knowledge that his expertise has saved the lives of Americans in the long run. Therefore, power is not a comfort but a burden. Unfortunately, power is in a permanent cycle. As soon as an individual loses control, someone else gains it in their place. For this reason, humans are incapable of living a life without being superior to someone at some point. This liability can be expressed through the consequences of possessing political, social, and divine authority throughout Macbeth. Between the lines of Shakespeare's poetic genius and unique staccato prose, the premise of Macbeth is simple politics. In the 18th century, European nations were ruled by monarchs, and thus political power was determined by your bloodline. Macbeth recounts the story of a man who is constantly dissatisfied with his position in society and his struggle to fulfill this ambition. Duncan, as King of Scotland, withholds the highest royal authority and therefore serves as an obstacle to Macbeth's happiness. As a result, Duncan's murder is of no fault of his own. Rather, he is burdened because there are individuals that want to rule Scotland in his place. For example, the Thane of Cawdor also tried to overthrow Duncan at the beginning of the play in order to steal the throne. In Macbeth's words, "To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus," and it was only a matter of time before Duncan lost control. Additionally, this danger of political power is demonstrated when Duncan's sons, Donalbain and Malcolm, flee the country after the murder of their father. In doing so, they eliminate themselves as a threat to Macbeth. It is also fitting that at the end of the play, Macbeth suffers the same fate as the man he killed. He is blindsided by his former kinsman, Macduff, who he once trusted and held in high regard. This poetic justice demonstrates what goes around comes around, a prominent theme in the play. To rule politically, one must endure the realities that other people will risk their lives trying to take your place, which ironically is all the reason to discourage someone from pursuing this form of leadership. Shakespeare's plays are predominantly set in male-dominated societies, where the roles of women are stereotyped based on early Renaissance culture. Lady Macbeth, however, breaks away from this traditionalism with her imperious, manipulative nature that drives her husband, the former honorable and just Macbeth, to commit his cold-blooded killings. She bullies Macbeth to slaughter Duncan, but by doing so, she has made herself equally responsible for the crime. Lady Macbeth serves as more than just an accomplice to Macbeth. She is the diabolical genius and driving force behind the scene. In her opening soliloquy, she addresses her extreme pleasure in evil, as she pleads to the spirits to stop up thy access and passage to remorse. This attempt to unsex herself, however, proves faulty, as she cannot sufficiently cope with the consequences of her action. This is illustrated when she unknowingly reveals her secrets to her servant and doctor while sleepwalking one night. In this scene, Lady Macbeth appears to be violently washing her hands, attempting to remove a spot of Duncan's blood from her skin. Shakespeare uses the motif of water and light imagery to illustrate the irony of Lady Macbeth's condition. Once a little water could wash away Duncan's blood. Now, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Once she welcomed darkness with open arms. Now she has light by her continually. Therefore, it is this torture of remorse which ultimately leads Lady Macbeth to take her own life at the end of the play.